4 women arrived believing Catfish Island would introduce them to the men of their dreams. The ladies had traveled all this way expecting tall, handsome princes. Instead, one was short, one was bald, one had a smile full of crooked teeth, and one looked like he had never missed dessert. The women stared in complete disbelief, but the island simply smiled because the real journey was only beginning. Naomi couldn't believe this was the man she'd been matched with. Every step beside him felt like another reminder that Love Island had made a terrible mistake. She had already decided he wasn't worth getting to know. Then something unexpected happened. Without a second thought, he stopped to help a stranger who couldn't carry her groceries. He never looked around to see who was watching. He simply helped because someone needed him. For the first time that day, Naomi saw something far more attractive than a handsome face. Alicia couldn't understand why Theo wasn't paying attention to their date. Every minute he spent with the little boy only made her more impatient. To her, it felt like she was being forgotten. Theo never hurried him. He celebrated every tiny victory as though it were the greatest achievement in the world. When the little boy finally smiled, Alicia found herself smiling too. The strongest thing about Theo wasn't his size. It was the gentle patience that helped others believe in themselves. Simone had always dreamed of finding someone who looked perfect. As they wandered through the marketplace, she couldn't stop worrying about what everyone else might think. She saw crooked teeth, but she hadn't yet seen the beautiful heart behind the smile. Calvin never stopped to ask whether anyone was watching. He simply saw someone in need and shared what he had. He walked away with less food, but a heart just as full. For the first time, Simone stopped noticing his smile and started noticing the kindness behind it. Danielle had spent years dreaming about Prince Charming. Standing beside Marcus, a bold man who looked nothing like the prince she'd imagined, she wondered if the island had made a mistake. She saw an ordinary face, but she hadn't yet discovered an extraordinary heart. Marcus never stopped to think. He simply saw someone who needed help, and helped. Danielle finally realized. Maybe Prince Charming wasn't defined by his looks, but by the kindness in his heart. The more they discovered the men's hearts, the less they noticed their imperfections. Somehow, the very things they once judged no longer mattered. The island had never changed the men. It changed the eyes that were looking at them, because the most beautiful thing about a person has always been the heart. Catfish Island had never been about finding perfect people. It existed to help people discover what perfect love truly looks like.